Hello everyone and welcome to Simple History, US Infantry Weapons, Vietnam War, but it says the Vietnam War, the Vietnam War. Simple History is pretty much the best channel out there for history and everything. Not the best, but they're pretty good, pretty up there. They have currently 3.29 million subscribers. Let's start.
U.S. infantry weapons, the Vietnam War. The U.S. forces used a range of small...
So the first one was M14, and this is the M16A1, which is the upgrade of the original M16, and etc. etc.
arms in the Vietnam War. Let's have a look at some of the common weapons used by American troops. The M14 rifle. This was the standard issue rifle of the U.S. infantrymen until 1967 through 68, when it was replaced with
Oh my god.
the M16.
Yeah,
It was effectively a replacement.
Here's a fact. Here's a fun fact. M14 is still in use, mostly ceremonial, just like the M1 Garand and everything else. But we still use M14 and direct marksman DMR. So that's DMRs, yes, direct marksman rifles.
For the M1 Garand, the BAR, the M1 Carbine, the M3 Grease Gun, and the Thompson, which were still being used in the Vietnam War.
Until
the M14 had a 20-round detachable.
Another fun fact: they gave M1 Garand, bars, M11s, and etc. equipment. It was old, like outdated or obsolete to the South Vietnamese.
Box magazine, which held the powerful 7.62 by 51mm NATO cartridge and could fire in semi-automatic or fully automatic mode, although this was hard to control. The M16...
Another fun fact, we actually used M16s. I think like I don't know what model, maybe M16, no M16 and M16A1s, X M16s and etc.
A1 rifle. The M16A1 became the standard U.S. Army rifle in 1969, replacing the M14. The M16A1 itself was an upgrade of the M16, which was first being used by the U.S. Air Force and then limited use with the U.S. Army, gaining a reputation for jamming.
Yeah, it didn't jam
The M16A1 fixed reliability issues via a forward assist and chrome-lined barrel. It was gas-operated and could fire in semi-automatic and fully automatic modes. The rifle was fed via 20 or 30 round detachable box magazines, holding the smaller 5.56 by 45.
I wish Estonia still kept. I wish Estonia could have kept those M16s and M16-1s or whatever they were. I don't know what they said. It's on the Wikipedia user. When you go to M16 and you go to users, former users, it shows that it says only X M16s. It doesn't say anything else about that.
5mm NATO caliber.
And I wish they kept this. I wish they could have kept all of the equipment. Then we would have been able to arm an even bigger army.
The
M16 machine gun is primary general purpose machine gun or primary GPMG. Primary general purpose machine gun.
60 machine gun. This primary...
I don't know why they put M60 when they could have put M57, because that was the year it was finished, just like the M14. And M14 replaced most World War II weapons in the Vietnam War.
Very general purpose.
Not all, but not most, but all of them. So, but this was only then they were given to South Vietnam and most of South Vietnam and other people.
Machine gun could be used as both a squad support.
Yep, squad support and etc.
Or a vehicle-mounted weapon. The weapon could even be fired somewhat accurately from the shoulder without the bipod in place. The M60 fired the 7.62 by 51mm NATO cartridge held on a belt. These cartridge belts were heavy and therefore were often spread across the infantry squad members.
Pretty good.
The M79 grenade launcher.
M79 grenade launcher, okay. I don't know that much.
This grenade launcher, known as the blooper or the thumper, could fire high explosive and smoke grenades. The M79 launcher gave the option of having a grenadier in the squad. Although it was a primary weapon, it made him vulnerable at close quarters. The M
Okay, here's another fun fact. M1911s were given to Estonia as aid after we became free from the Soviet Union. I don't know, maybe like, right. And we received lots of them, and then we just were like, nope, we don't need these anymore. So they're too old. They're obsolete. It's not obsolete. It's kind of obsolete or obsolescent now. And I think in the next, if it doesn't survive another 100 years, I'll be like, what the fuck?
M1911A1 pistol. As it was in previous wars, the M1911A1 continued to see service in Vietnam as the standard sidearm in the U.S. Army. Model 77E shotgun. The Stevens M77E was the most manufactured and used shotgun during the conflict, used by the Army and Marines. It was pump action and had a shorter stock with a rubber recoil pad to make it easier for South Vietnamese soldiers to use the weapon. The M7 bayonet.
M7 bayonet.
This bayonet was designed to be used with the M16 rifle. And was based on the older M6 bayonet for the M14 rifle. The M61 or M67